Love is the reason flies orbit around feces, such that in order for you to be your parents' siblings, you would have to be a child of your grandparents.
You're losing me, fam. You need to hold this. Okay. So, how can you drink in the pool if the pool hasn't digested? You know what I mean? Because
Make it make sense. If you've never played this game before, this is how it works. We pick a random thought and then we have 30 seconds to explain it to the other player. After that, we have a minute to debate our explanation with them. At the end of that, the other player will give you a score out of 3, with 1 being nonsense, 2 being plausible, and 3 being makes sense. And then at the end of 3 rounds, whoever had the highest score made the most sense and wins the game. Makes sense? Alright, let's play.
right, round 2.
Yes. You know, if I move my hand back, I would feel your dick.
Oh my word! I hope the people didn't hear that.
I'm just gonna cut it out. It's not like it's not difficult. Love is the reason flies orbit around feces.
Yo, I want to. This one.
This is easy.
I see a 1 for this one. I see a 1. Let me read this again. Love is the reason flies orbit around feces.
Feces.
Go.
What is love?
Love is a
Besides-
choice for me. Love is a choice.
Hey, it's not your turn. Okay.
Go.
Love is willing the good of the other. Absolutely. It's self-sacrificial at times. No? You want to do things that sometimes is not acceptable. Are you seeing where I'm going? Flies orbiting feces. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. But love, sometimes you've got to sacrifice what is acceptable to show love to someone else. So really, when you think about it, flies orbiting around feces is the epitomal metaphor for love.
Yeah.
That's a 3. That's a 5. Oh my gosh. Go on. Bless yourself and be honest with your heart. That was a 5.
Yo.
That was good. I'm impressed with myself.
Okay. So you have to. Yo. I'd say what you say is that you have to do unacceptable things for love, like a fly flying around feces.
Correct.
Okay, why is it unacceptable for a fly to fly around feces?
It's unacceptable for someone viewing the fly because unacceptable is socially constructed, right? So even if you put it in the domain of the fly, it may be acceptable to the fly, but unacceptable elsewhere. So if I'm doing something for love that we deem acceptable,
Yo, dude, how much weed do you smoke? How much weed do
what
you
are
smoke?
you saying? What are you saying?
Jeez.
See the link.
Okay, I bet.
What's the score on that? It's a 5 ski.
I'll give it 2.5.
I'll
give it 2.5. I'm not giving it 3.
That is jealousy.
Just for the
Wow.
I can't.
Just be honest with yourself. That's a 3 bar.
2.5.
That's a 3 bar.
2.5 because the society, we're not in the same society as
I just
2.5.
explained. I just explained.
2.5.
I see a 1 in your future. I see a 0. Go ahead.
The longer you live, the more memories you take with you to ShopRite.
Get out of that one. Your 30 seconds begins now.
Okay, the longer you live, the more memories you get to take to ShopRite. That totally makes sense. That is self-explanatory. You know what I mean? The longer you live, the more trips you get to make to go to ShopRite. You know, you're born, you know, your mom wants to buy breastfeed milk. Shit, can you buy breastfeed milk? Yeah, I don't
Pretty
know.
sure you can buy it.
Yeah. You can buy, you know, the milk things from ShopRite for breastfeeding. You can buy food. You need food at ShopRite, guys. Ow. So, you know, memories. You're making memories. You know, you get a girlfriend. She also needs food. But you know, you're on a low budget. So you got to go to ShopRite because they got low prices. Isn't that the logo? Low prices for less or something like that.
Low prices for less.
Hey, dude, it's something like that, fam. It's something like that. And
your time is up.
It's the memories, fam. You make more memories. It just makes sense.
The time is up.
It makes sense.
But that does make sense. So do you know what? That's a 3 ski.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you.
It's a 3 ski.
You gotta put it in the edit.
First time you achieve something academically plausible.
3. That wasn't a hard one. You know, it makes sense. Self-explanatory.
That was actually a softball. So I'm glad you didn't bunch.
It's two more each.
That's correct.
Let's go.
Well, that's one for master. Your parents are your grandparents' children. So if your parents are children, why are they not your siblings? I don't know if I read that correctly. Your parents are your grandparents' children. That is true. So if your parents are children, why are they not your siblings?
Yeah, okay. Damn.
This one's actually challenging. It's really not, because obviously they're not your siblings. Stop my truck.
Go.
By virtue of definition, you are your parents' children. Hence, regardless of the fact that they are children to their parents, because they are your parents, they cannot be your siblings. For them to be your siblings, they would have to be children of your parents. But they are your parents. Hence, they cannot be your siblings. That's a deductive argument. It's bulletproof.
Time. What are you saying, fam?
Be careful with what you say next. Because these folks will be watching and they know I make perfect sense.
There's no way that
So
makes
what?
sense.
What do you mean? By virtue of the definition, what is a parent?
A parent has children.
There you go. Even if we just stick with that definition, a parent has children.
A parent is, children.
To simply say that your parent are your grandparents' children, what does that mean? It means your grandparents are your parents' parents. Because your grandparents, by virtue of the definition of parents, must have children who are your parents. Such that in order for you to be your parents' siblings, you would have to be a child of your grandparents.
You're losing me, fam. You need to hold this. Okay.
Oh man.
You're saying that, first of all, we got the parent. Parent has children, right?
Yes.
So grandparents also have children, am I right?
Yes.
Which are your parents.
Correct.
So what's the argument?
For you to be your parents' siblings, your parents would have to be your grandparents currently.
Yes.
For you to be siblings.
Yes.
Hence, seeing as your parents are not your grandparents, you are not siblings with your parents.
No, I don't care what this nigga is saying, dude.
That is
It's a one. It is a one. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Right.
A one.
It's a one. I'm gonna say one. It doesn't make sense. What are you saying, dude? Your parents can't be your siblings.
Yes. That was what you asked me to prove.
No, I was saying you should prove that they are your siblings.
No, it didn't.
It did.
It says, why are your parents not your siblings?
Why are they not your siblings?
Yes.
Oh, so you're trying to prove that they're not your siblings?
Yes. That was a perfect argument. Perfect.
Okay. Plausible.
No. That's a 3. That's a 3 and you know it's 3.
Okay, I'll give you the 3.
That's a 5.3 for
I'm
me.
an honorable man, I said. Honorable man.
I'm on 5.5 then, and you're on 3 for this round. Don't do this nonsense here.
This, I'm smashing, because it makes sense. Yo, you can't eat if your stomach is full. So you can't really drink in a pool. I don't know. You can't eat when your stomach is full. So you can't really drink in a pool.
I'm so lost.
Give me the
I'm so lost.
It just makes sense. That's also self-explanatory.
Self-explanatory.
Yes.
Okay, go on. 30 seconds.
So, you can't eat when your stomach is full. That makes sense. You know, when you're full, you can't eat anymore. Obviously, you need to digest. So, how can you drink in the pool if the pool hasn't digested? You know what I mean? Because you're putting more liquid indirectly, not directly into the pool now, but like indirectly inside you. So you have liquid. And remember, humans are 72% of water. So you already put the liquid in the pool already. So now the pool is liquid, you are the liquid, and then you're drinking in the pool as well. The pool is gonna burst, fam. You know what I mean? The pool needs to digest. So listen, even if you take like a bucket, you throw some water out of the pool first, then you can drink. It makes sense. Otherwise the pool, I don't know if you've noticed, but when you don't look at me like that, it makes sense. Look, if you notice, when you're swimming, go try this. When you swim again, when you get in the water, does it not get full? When you put things in water, does it not get full?
Yeah, because the water is displaced.
Yes, it gets fuller. So how can you drink in a pool? Because more liquid means that it's gonna overflow. That makes sense, bro. You have to give me a 3. I want my 3.
Yeah, it started ridiculous. I'll give you that. Your point to prove was ridiculous. But as opposed to making it make sense, you decided, no, I don't want to do that. I want to prove why I am intellectually incompetent. You just drove it off a cliff. I couldn't even follow.
Dude, it's because you're not ahead of it.
I couldn't even follow.
It's your brain. Your IQ is a decimal point.
I'm so confused. You started with my bar. That's disgusting.
Because I finally figured it out during the video. I was like, oh, that's
Are you only catching that?
and now I'm turning it around. Yeah.
It's a -1 for me. Oh my god.
No, dude, that's a 3. Dude. It makes sense.
No.
You think about it, bro.
No, that makes no
Listen,
sense.
when things are entered into a pool, it gets fuller.
But
so how
what
can you
does that
drink
have to do with you eating? You can't eat when your stomach is full.
Yes,
So-
because it's too much. So you can't drink when you're in the pool. And everything that rhymes makes sense. Confirm?
No.
Dude, rappers say shit, Drake says shit that doesn't make sense. And everyone's like, oh, they're dancing to it. So please.
No.
If Drake can be a billionaire off these bars, surely I can get 3 points. 3
That's not
points.
a 3, man. So 1.5 is the most I'm willing to.
This is real jealousy.
That's not jealousy.
No, wait. No.
That's
I'll take what's
charity.
given to me. 1.5.
1.5 is charity. I'm in the lead with 1 round to go.
3rd round.
Ready to take it. If I win this round, I win the game. This one feels. It just feels nonsense.
Take
I'm
it.
gonna go for another one.
Paper. Yeah, that's what I'm fine. Read that nice and loud. Please. Yeah.
Okay, you cannot miss the bus, otherwise its wheels may fall off due to no weight on the bus. Let's peruse that one again. You cannot miss the bus. See, the thing with these things, if you break it up, you can find the links. You cannot miss the bus. Otherwise, its wheels may fall off. Are you catching me? Due to no weight on the bus.
So because there's no weight on the bus, the wheels may fall off because you missed it. You missed the bus. Okay, you know, explain that.
Okay. There's a number of things that are plain obvious about this statement that you cannot deny. If you miss the bus, the potential weight added to the bus is no longer available. So that's out of dispute, correct? You miss the bus, that weight is not there. Now, how do wheels work? Rotisserie motion, but they're connected to an axis, right? Axle. How does an axle work? Diverse inverse motion. You know what that is?
Like a suspension.
Diverse inverse motion.
Yeah.
Pulls in so that when you apply the gas, the engine propels the vehicle forward. However, no, hold on, come on.
30 seconds. I don't hear it.
I mean, it has nothing with that one.
I just know because it seemed like you're about to make sense, and I'm not about to give you points for that. You know what I mean? What are you gonna say, dude? What are you gonna say? Because I'm actually interested now. What are you gonna say?
Okay, I'll tell you what I was gonna say, and it does make sense, but only if I can guarantee one more point than you were gonna give me.
No, it's fine. He was probably gonna talk nonsense actually.
No,
I don't know where I was going.
No.
What are you gonna say?
No.
X is it?
Come on.
You are going off on a tangent, man.
Take the risk. Take the risk. How much were you gonna give me before?
No.
I'm sure it was gonna be like one.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so what do you have to lose?
I'm giving
One
you
extra
one.
point. One extra point.
One.
If it makes sense.
One. That's it.
Go on.
Blood is flavored water. Okay.
It's actually not too bad. Not too bad.
Blood is flavored water.
I could make that work. But let's see this. 30 seconds. Go on.
Blood is flavored water. We all know that humans, like mentioned before, are 72% of water. Yes? Right. So,
I think it's 80%.
72%, 80%, same thing. You know what I mean?
Gotta be
Point is, humans have water in them. You know? Liquidized. Right. So, blood then mixes with that. Okay? Simple. You've got flavored water. It's another flavor. It tastes different. It's not water anymore. You know what I mean? You add things to water to make it or to give it a flavor. Like how you put lemonade, you know? Lemon, cucumber to give it a flavor. You know? You mix things with water to make a flavor. Fanta,
your time is
all
up.
those things. Juice, oros, flavor. So in this case, my blood is the oros. The water is the normal water. You've got flavored water. That is a 3. That is a 3.
You know what? It could actually be a 3.
It is a 3.
I'm trying to figure out how to count it. You know, I'm just gonna give it a 3. That works. That works. That works for me. That works for me. Hey, it's a 3. It's a 3. So what's your score?
4.5 plus 3 now.
7.5. 6.5. Alright.
One round.
Yes, it's a 1-1.
Okay.
Contrary to all logical beliefs, he's actually caught up. So, how about that?
I don't know. Say you say Emile and then say Jawz. That's my name in the thing.
Okay, I don't care. Thank you so much for tuning in, folks. Big thanks to my brethren here, Emile, aka Jawz, one half of Lips and Jaws, which is what they call the YouTube channel, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Go subscribe.
Links down
and
below.
Jaws.
Yes.
That's what the Z. And
Yeah.
the and is the symbol, not the and full and. Lips and
Yes.
Jaws.
Is that it?
That's it.
Thank you.